Before knowing what the video was all about, I went into this feeling pumped for this reaction. I even made a new intro for Fridays only. So for those of you who have seen this video before this reaction, I am very sorry if my positivity seems insensitive. Hello everybody, Nostalgic here, and if you saw the intro and you heard the new music, you're probably thinking, oh come on. Is he really already changing his music? Like first it was the attempted Christmas remix. Then it was the frickin' Cartoon Fridays Christmas theme. And now he's changed it to the Fridays theme from the early 2000s. Why is he doing this? Well, here's your answer. I've decided to change things up a bit, so that on Fridays, this will be the intro that plays. Alright? Every other day, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, it will always be the proper intro. But for Friday, it's Friday night. But now to the reason why we're all here. The new Stories of Sodor episode, Musician. So, this episode is going to be pretty interesting, as I think a musician is coming back to her homeland, Sodor, to live in her childhood home, but it's unsure as to what might happen. For now, let's do this. Clicking in 3, 2, 1, let's play. Alright. Forgot I have my volume down.
The train, for its type, is
wait. I'm not making the same mistake twice in a row now. Let's put those glasses on. Don't want to be stupid, do I? Well, don't want to be silly is what I mean.
most powerful vehicle on land. And the engines of Sodor are the power behind the docks, industries and branch lines that make up the world-renowned Northwestern Railway. These are the stories of Sodor.
Victor, oh Victor, I think you made an error. Because, let's go back to that little, to one of those, frames, shall we? What's he doing here? He died. He's not supposed to be in the intro anymore. What's going on here? Like, Victor, what is this? What are you doing? Man, sometimes you can be confusing, I'll say that much. I mean, sure, I didn't want Dudley to die within the first few episodes, but you made the decision that he wanted to die, so he's dead. Why is he in the intro? But then again, this is just a minor nitpick. I'm a bit of a nitpicky guy. You know what? Let's just skip over the intro so we can get on to the episode, because I've rambled long enough.
Ask any navvy what the hardest part of building a railway is, and they'll likely say the grading. This is when the land is altered to accommodate the needs of a proposed line, whether it has to be flattened, raised, lowered, and so forth. This is a time-consuming process and can be very difficult depending on the terrain. so the workers on the Arlesdale Railway were positively giddy when they learned they didn't have to worry about any of that. Thanks to the preceding Mid-Sodor Railway, the region had already been modified accordingly. Aside from repairing some bridges and removing a few trees, most of the work consisted of just replacing the track, which was pretty straightforward. This was how they were able to reach Arlesdale so quickly. While this was going on, the ballast mine was being constructed. After the line reached the site, they spent the next few months installing the necessary infrastructure, and on April 1st, 1968...
Necessary infrastructure like a ballast chute?
The railway and the mine were open for business. Bust my buffers! You gentlemen work fast. We had a similar setup on our old railway, so this is nothing new. But this is fizzling fireboxes. I can't believe we're still running passenger trains.
Oh, God
Don't worry,
damn it.
Mike.
God damn it. Is Mike still complaining?
I spoke to Mr. Mannering and he's going to take you off passenger duty soon. Really? How soon? Next April Fools! Oh.
So this takes place on April 1st. I like that.
Right, all right, you got me. Well done. Now that's it. You know the deal. What deal? Back on our old railway, we had an arrangement when it came to April Fools. We would only play a single prank on each other, and I think it's time to change that. Like you said, Bert, this is a fresh start. Don't you dare! One is already too much. Yes, as much as I enjoy having a laugh, I think it would be best if we stuck with the current system.
We have a saying here in Malta. Chaita darba o da sek. Do you know what that means? It means joke once, then that's enough. Trust me, some people don't even care about the phrase. Some people don't choose to read between the lines, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're stuck in an endless loop of jokes.
Fine, then so will I. For now. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing? Rex, what are you planning? Nothing, I swear.
Oh, you dirty bastard.
Are you planning something? No, but it'll be so much fun making them think I am. You can be real devious sometimes. Only sometimes. I'll have to work on that.
What now?
Oh, hello. Good afternoon, madam. This isn't a pedestrian bridge. For your own safety, I must insist that you leave. Yeah, sure. Sorry. I just want a better view of the river. My husband's a fisherman. I was hoping I'd be able to see his boat from here. Have you spotted it by any chance? It's called the Silver Krill. Can't say I have. Oh dear, he should have been back by now. I'm sorry about that. I'll keep my eyes open and let you know if I see anything. Thank you. I'll be on my way then. Goodbye.
Strange. Or woman. It's the abandoned building from the last episode.
It was such a depressing tune. Me and my driver were nearly reduced to tears. And you say it came from that old house opposite the school.
So this time the background music is being considered as the music playing in the episode. What the heck?
Who would live in a dump like that? And what sort of dump like that has a piano? I don't know, but if I never hear that song again, it'll be too soon. Getting back to the missing fisherman, have either of you seen his boat? The Silver Krill? No. What about you, Mike? Nope. Maybe he got shanghaied by pirates. That's not funny, Mike. His wife looked really worried. Understandable. The best we can do is keep our eyes peeled for the vessel. Morning, Bert. Oh, hello.
Again! Wait, whoa. Time out. I'm having a hard time as to seeing what is going on here. First, the tune was the one that we hear normally. Dun, 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 dun. And then it was a different tune the next? I'm honestly having a hard time figuring this out myself. Let's just continue.
Oh, Aiden, how are you? Better than you, it seems. Why the long face? I just heard this rather sad music coming from the Fletcher house. Is that it? The one opposite the school? That's it, all right. It's the home of my old music teacher, Mrs. Fletcher.
I'm sorry, but that surname reminds me of... That surname reminds me of Phineas and Ferb, because Phineas Fletcher, Ferb Fletcher, and then the mother, the father, Candace Fletcher, and it's confusing to me. Like, seriously, I better not think about it too much, so let's continue.
Why would she live in such shabby conditions? It's her choice. Just about everyone's offered to help fix up the place, but she prefers to keep it as is. She wants her husband to have something to do when he gets back. Is her husband a fisherman aboard the Silver Krill? Ah, so you finally met her. Not me. Rex has. He found her standing on the bridge looking down over the river, waiting for her husband as usual. Even after all these years, it still breaks my heart. What do you mean by all these years?
Breaking the tension like that is not cool.
Sorry, Bert, I have to take care of this. I'll tell you the whole story later.
We better get an explanation. There she is.
Mrs. Fletcher? Yes? Don't worry, I'll stay off the bridge. I'm sorry if I got in the way of your mate. No, that's quite all right. Rex told us about your husband. I wanted to ask if he's returned yet. No, he hasn't. I hope he gets back soon. There are some loose floorboards in the kitchen that need fixing, among other things. If you like, ma'am, I could ask some of our workers if they'd be willing to lend a hand. I'm sure they already have. They're mostly locals, aren't they? I even taught a few of them the piano when they were young. Was one of your students named Aiden? Aiden O'Hara, yes. All thumbs, but he tried his best. I see. Well, thank you for your time, ma'am. I'll be on my way now. And I should move closer to the riverbank. I want to make sure my husband can see me properly.
Is this an implication that her husband is dead? And she's clearly waiting for nothing? Okay. Now I see where this episode's coming from, because that is heartbreaking.
She was Aiden's teacher? Maybe it's just me, but I thought they were about the same age. So did I. Perhaps she's discovered the fountain of youth. It might also give her a light touch. When she walked away, she didn't make a sound.
Or maybe it has something to do with the standing stones. Remember how we found out that those were a time machine in the SCPs of Sodor?
Bust my buffers. I didn't even realize that until you mentioned it just now. There's something very odd about that woman. And after what Gordon told us, I think she's a couple of chords short of a symphony. Why? What did he say? We mentioned the Silver Krill when he was here earlier. Turns out he knew about it. She disappeared back in 1941 alongside her captain, Horace Fletcher. They launched a massive search but didn't find a wreck or a survivor. He was declared lost at sea. Fizzling fireboxes. That's awful. So she's standing vigil for a man who will never return? That is heartbreaking.
Okay, how did I guess this?
More like pitiful. How can someone be so daft as to waste their life like that? Shut your
Mike!
mouth, Mike. Grief affects everyone differently. But you can't wallow in it or you'll end up, well, like her. And I'll be sure to tell her that if I ever see her. You will do no such thing.
You tell him, Bert. That's not right. You don't do that. No.
If you do come across Mrs. Fletcher, you will offer your condolences.
Yes!
And if you don't, her husband won't be the only one lost at sea. Understood? Yeah.
Even threatening to push him into the sea. Yes! Yes! This is what I want. This is what I want out of older and wiser characters. Seriously, like, please teach your people some manners.
Yes, Bert. Mrs. Fletcher, I take it. That's right. Nice to meet you. Mike,
boy.
is it? Yes, Mum. And I want to offer my condolences over the loss of your husband. So you believe he's gone too? Don't you, Mum? If I did, I wouldn't be waiting for him. With all due respect, Mum, that's a mistake. Why? Because he vanished, 27 years ago? Have you ever heard of someone coming back after being gone that long? No, but that doesn't mean it hasn't happened. Maybe not, but it is highly unlikely. You're not doing yourself any favors by wasting away here. Is that what you're...
No, Mike, don't you dare do it. Don't you dare say anything else.
Husband would have wanted. When he comes back, I'll ask him. I appreciate your concern, Mike, but you don't need to worry. I have all the time in the world. Rex, get the gangplank. I was thinking more the cat o' nine tails. I'm sorry, I lost my temper. The sheer delusion, it reminded me of Matilda. Yes, watching her crumble was bad enough.
Who's Matilda? Oh my god, this episode has so much questions that need answering.
I don't ever want to see that again. So you're going to try and save Mrs. Fletcher? If I can. Don't bother, Mike. We've all tried. Aiden, what are you doing here? I promised to tell you the whole story, didn't I? So what do you know? Her husband died at sea in 1941. He sure did. I was 8 years old when it happened. I remember the whole town mourned his passing. Of course, his wife took it the hardest. She stopped teaching and would spend hours every day standing on the riverbank, certain her husband would come back. And at the end of those days, she would stroll home and play sad songs on the piano. This went on for weeks until her house was bombed during the Blitz. Blimey, some people have all the luck. It's a miracle she survived. She didn't. She died that night.
Whoa! No. Don't tell me we're dealing with another ghost on Sodor. What the hell? What? What the fuck? What the fuck? Nah, that's fucked up. That is fucked up. I'm sorry. No, that... Oh, that is... This is a twist that I can't even handle. I don't know. So this character that we've been seeing is dead? I don't believe that. I cannot believe that. No. I'm not believing that. Why? Why does it have to be another spirit?
Are you saying she's a ghost? Yes, Bert, I am. All right, you're either late for this April Fool's or early for the next one. Regardless, I'm running you over for that sick joke. I'm not joking, Mike. It's true.
This is days after April Fool's Day. So if anything, he isn't joking. Jesus Christ, and Mike was about to run him over for that.
Spend a bit more time on this island and you'll learn ghosts aren't exactly uncommon.
Oh yeah, Timothy, Dominic... No, wait, not Timothy. Timothy doesn't exist in this universe. Arthur, Dominic... Who else did we have to deal with? I mean, I know there was Station Master Jeffries at one point in that SCPs of Sodor episode. What else? I'm serious. What is with the supernatural on Sodor? Like, we didn't see this shit back in Season 5, but then again, Season 5 was more of a murder mystery. Season 6, this is interesting.
Is that why nobody told us about Mrs. Fletcher? Yeah, we've all gotten used to her around here. And it's not like she causes problems. I'm guessing you've all spoken to her. Does she come across as some howling banshee? No, she comes across as a woman that needs help. And like I said, we've all tried, but she's determined to stay. We've resigned ourselves to that fact. I think you should too.
Oh, boy.
He was right. This island does have a history with the paranormal. Did you know about Mrs. Fletcher? Did the Midsodor chaps? Yes and yes. On behalf of everyone, I'm sorry for not telling you. I guess it wouldn't have made much difference. It still burns me up. How could someone waste their life like that, even if it is eternal?
Mike, don't say that. Seriously, some people wallow and weep because of the fact that they missed loved ones. And yes, there. I can't even explain. I don't know how to explain. At this point, I just want to keep my mouth shut and watch the episode.
Love makes us do foolish things. Don't I know it?
Bingo! There you go!
Damn that woman. You're taking this rather personally, Mike. Is there a reason for that? Yes. Back on my old railway, I was friends with this local girl named Matilda. She was such a sweetheart. She was engaged to a soldier who went missing during the war. Matilda was so certain he would come back. She held on to that belief right up until we came here. By then, she was so hollowed out by sadness that I hadn't seen her smile for nearly 10 years. Mrs. Fletcher reminds me of her. Perhaps you should try sharing that story with her. Maybe if she sees a parallel to her situation, she might move on. It's worth a shot. What have we got to lose?
At least now we know why Mike was acting the way he did. Jesus.
She never found anyone else? Others were interested, but she turned them away. She turned everyone away. And she hadn't smiled in 10 years? No. How long has it been since you smiled? A lot longer. Mrs. Fletcher, do you enjoy living like this? No, I don't. Then for your own sake, move on. Horace could be waiting for you right now. Why don't you go to him? Because what if he's not there? What if I miss him here? If I ever see a ship called the Silver Krill, I'll shout out to its captain, "Your good lady has moved on. Go find her." That's what you'll say? You promise? I swear. All right then, it's time for me to go. Thank you, Mike. But before I leave, one last encore.
All right. Well done, Mike. Well done. What am I to even say? I mean it. What am I to even say about this episode? This was the most hard-hitting and emotional story that Victor Tanzig has ever put out. Because, admittedly, he has done stuff like Ghosts before. He's done Arthur and Dominic, like I've said before. He's done the Tunnel of the Phantoms in the SCPs of Sodor. And even more so in the beginning, in the beginning of this season, Percy had hallucinations of Thomas right in front of him. So, yeah. But this one is more emotional. The emotional beats, they hit. And especially when you find out that the person they've been seeing on the bridge and in that house playing the music on the piano slowly, you realize that that was no ordinary woman and it was a ghost. Especially once you hear the words, her house was hit by the Blitz. She didn't survive. So, I don't know what to say. This new intro is going to stay. But as for this video, we're going out on an unusually low note, especially because of the fact that this was one of the most emotional reactions I think I've ever done. Because previously I felt a lot of emotions with other sorts of, with all the other episodes of Stories of Sodor. I felt happiness and anger, a bit of fear probably, and most of all disgust. Like, remember how I used to throw my head into the pillow whenever they said something like, ugh, steam diesel conversion? Well, here, I've done none of that. I feel sadness right now. And especially with what this episode has presented. That a spirit has been living on the island of Sodor and just haunting everyone for years on end, waiting for her husband to come back to Sodor on the boat. But that's it. That's just it. That's it for this reaction, guys. And I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to be using my normal name this time. This is Alex, signing off. And reminding you all that nostalgia never dies. Always pray for those who have gone to the departed realm. Okay?